Hey everybody, I'm Rob.
And I'm Lori Marie Jenkins.
And we are both artists living in Vallejo, California. We are
moving to Costa Rica. Oh my goodness, what a roller coaster, huh?
Woo! It's been a good week. It's been a good week. Busy.
Been a good week, yeah. I have been selling a lot of art. I did little videos on some art that was available, and I've learned some really good lessons around that. And
don't make so much stuff.
That is not the lesson I learned, but whatever. The lesson that I learned is it's way too difficult to ship the odd-sized items. Mm-hmm. Rob's been busy making boxes for the pieces. So in the future, I'm going to be selling the unframed pieces, smaller pieces, or pieces that can fit into the priority box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the flat rate boxes. And other than that, I'm not doing that again.
We'll see.
Oh, it's costly, it's cumbersome, it's time consuming. So I'm going to stick to the smaller pieces. So, but thank you for all your work on creating boxes. It's just been a fiasco. Anyway.
Yep.
So that's been the week, kind of doing that, and not much time for much more than that. The days just slipped through my fingers.
Yep.
Go ahead.
We have quite a to-do list to be completely ready for when we're planning on making the leap to Costa Rica in June.
June 1st.
Yep, and our paperwork is going very well, very smooth. Got some great advice from Andres, our lawyer, through Sarah Elena's relocation project. So we have a very specific list of what we need to do, and we're chipping away at these things one at a time so nothing gets left behind in case there's a problem.
Actually, 2 at a time today.
Right?
Mm-hmm. We got 2 big deals done today.
So today we went to Solano County. That's near where we are that is where we are in California. And we got certified copies of our marriage certificate. So it has to be from the county. Now I take one of those.
So we were able to walk into that office and walk out with the paperwork.
Yes.
So it wasn't like they were going to mail it to us or anything like that. We paid the man and we got 2 copies.
Right.
So that was good.
Yep. And then for the Costa Rica official paperwork, we take that marriage certificate from Solano County, send it to Sacramento, and the Secretary of State of Sacramento will put his apostille on there. Then it's good. Then we are set. And so multiply that times about 4 or 5, and that's it. That's all we have to do.
But what else do we do today?
Okay, so we have to get an FBI background check to get residency in Costa Rica. It's a really simple process.
Sounds hard.
Yeah,
FBI.
it's not. Unless you have a criminal record, they might not like that as much if you're trying to get residency. We do not. We have already been fingerprinted by the FBI for other reasons, no big deal. So what we did is we went online, and the FBI check was very simple. It was pretty much just the facts, and then what we have to do is we had to get fingerprinted. And so today...
So there's a form that we filled out for the FBI?
Yes.
You?
You did yours too.
Okay, good. Good for me.
Otherwise you wouldn't have gotten your fingerprint stamp.
Okay, good.
Right?
Woo me!
It was very simple. She doesn't even remember.
So we filled out the forms for the FBI.
Online. It's basically your facts. You know, who you are, legal name, where you live, and they already know who you are, right? And so once that is done, there are a number of methods for getting your fingerprints into the FBI. We thought the easiest would be to go through the post office. So certain designated post offices have a fingerprint station for any FBI background check or other background checks you need. We had to go to Oakland, about a half an hour drive from our home, and piece of cake.
They were very friendly, very helpful. You know, they had a certain person that was dealing with that station. It's kind of private.
Yep.
You know, you go in the back and they take your fingerprints.
1 at a time.
Well, 4 at a time.
So I went in, and it's an electronic setup. There's no ink or anything, and then he's waiting to make sure you get your fingerprints correct. and then you pay them. It's sort of an outside service. So from the post office, the fingerprints are electronically shot straight to the FBI, and that is pretty much it.
So the cost of that's pretty much it, was $50 a pop.
Plus $17 each for the FBI check.
So just so you know that there's an investment there. They did have trouble. Did yours take a minute?
Yes.
Okay, it did take
Yeah.
a minute to get the fingerprints on the screen correctly. My baby finger never did go on correctly. My baby finger's a little bit crooked, and I think that was the issue there. It didn't lay flat.
Yeah. He said my hands were too cold.
Oh, there you go. They have corn huskers there to warm up your hands. Did he tell you that?
Yeah. Great lotion.
I haven't seen corn huskers in years.
I know.
Anyway, so they had trouble with that. We've already received, they said that you would hear back within 48 hours or
Yep.
something like that. And we have heard that the FBI or whoever's receiving it, they have received our fingerprints.
Right.
So we had that notification via text by the time we got home.
And then the next step in that is once we receive the official paperwork from the FBI saying we've got a clear criminal record, we have to send that back to Washington, D.C. to get an apostle from the Secretary of State of the United States, because this is a federal thing. So they apostle that and then send it back to us, and this is paperwork we need in our dirty little hands when we show up at Costa Rica for residency.
Right. And then my to-do list, on my to-do list, I did get my birth certificates. I did reorder them. I don't know if you remember that I was still waiting on mine. I did reorder them. They did come. So now my task is to get one of those to be apostilled.
Yep.
One of those, I have my stuff on the table right here so that I can start that. And then also finding a USDA approved vet. Those are two things on my to-do list. There was a name on the preferred list from Sarah Elena, but she no longer does the international travel form. So I need to put a little hunt out for that. So a couple of things for me to do this week.
And now we are looking to do our official residency paperwork in San Jose, Costa Rica in March, when she and I both go back. So there is time, but what we're trying to do is get all of this paperwork taken care of ahead of time, so that when we have some traveling to do around the holidays or anything, it's not weighing on our mind that time is too short.
And how about your birth certificate?
Okay, so I'm from Florida. I got my birth certificate in the mail super fast. It was great. It was cheaper than hers from Oklahoma, but I got it a little bit early. So my timeline is everything we have official is only good for 6 months, according to the Costa Rican government. And so my birth certificates will expire like a week after we get into Costa Rica. And to me, that's just a little bit too tight time-wise. So I'm going to get birth certificates from Florida again. And I'm going to try it online this time.
Okay.
And it was cheap. It was like $9 or something. So not bad.
Cheaper than Oklahoma. Oklahoma was more expensive.
Oklahoma was like $60 for 2 copies.
Crazy. So.
Either way, all these things add up, but just factor them into your costs.
Right.
And then, so getting the birth certificates, the certified official ones, and then sending them back. One thing we're doing is we're getting 2 copies of everything, just in case.
Just in case.
Yep. There's a snafu with the mail, or it gets lost, or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, it's good. It's good to stay organized, and she and I both have our to-do lists. We have a together to-do list, and yeah,
My to-do list says, ask Rob.
My to-do list says, freak out because you got too much to think about. I'm good at that.
All right, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
That's a good wrap up for tonight, I think.
Yeah.
And thanks again so much for following us. We are asking ourselves questions. You are asking us questions. We are trying to answer things and learn as we go forward. So there's so much to learn.
And
there's so much to learn.
the journey is still fun.
Oh, so
There's
much
just
fun.
paperwork.
Yeah.
There's going to be paperwork everywhere you go, everything
Yeah.
you do in life. But
Yeah.
if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments about what we're doing, or what we could be doing better, please let us know.
Absolutely.
And subscribe, and we'll have more fun stuff for you next week.
Sounds great. Adios.
Ciao.
Good one.